Today we'll start with the topic chapter number 22 of first the GRB publications. So here, who is known as the father of endocrinology? Already we know that father of endocrinology is the Thomas Edison. But here we have seen other names. Who are those? So coming on to the Langerhans, Paul Langerhans is a German physicist who is concerned with the highlight of identification of a flower-like structures called as highlight of Langerhans. This produces insulin, glucagon, and somatostatin. Charles II and Best, these are concerned to the biotechnology. And Frederick Sanger is concerned to the gene sequencing. So answer here for this is Thomas Edison. Next, intercellular communication in multicellular organisms occur through and intracellular. Here we see that intercellular and intracellular communication where nervous system also does this function along with endocrine system. So here not nervous system only, and digestive system is under the control of nervous system and endocrine system, and respiratory system is also under the control of these two, so by producing certain hormones and by maintaining certain hormones. So we can go with the answer, both nervous and endocrine system are going to do this function. So option for this answer is 4D option. D option. Now question, which one of the following is correct? This is the All India Pre-Medical Test Examination 2006 and 2008 question. Here we can see that we are seeing the four different options. In these four different options, which of the following options is right? Try to find out the answer for this question, please. Okay. Neurons regulate endocrine activity but not vice versa. Endocrine glands regulate neural activity but not vice versa. Endocrine glands regulate neural activity and nervous system regulates endocrine glands. Neither hormones control neural activity nor the neurons control the endocrine system. So from the given options, which answer you are expecting? Okay. So here the answer for this question is, you can expect the answer endocrine glands regulate neural activity and nervous system regulates endocrine glands. So option C is the right answer. Now next question, sixth question, endocrine glands are, already we know that endocrine glands are ductless glands. They pour their secretions directly into the blood, and they have these the target site and the action site. Target site are different. So when we see onto the options, we can see that all, so endocrine glands are, now from the given options, these are ductless glands whose secretions pour directly into the blood, have ducts and pour their secretions. So second option is wrong. And third option, have ducts and straight away. So have ducts is the wrong answer. So they don't have any ducts. So only A is the right answer because they are the ductless glands. Next, endocrine glands dash. So here always have ducts. First option is wrong. Do not possess ducts may be right. We'll check other once again. Sometimes do not have ducts. They don't have ducts at all. Pour their secretions into blood through ducts. So A, B, C, D options are wrong. Only the B option is right because they don't have any ducts and they pour their secretions directly into the blood. Directly into the. So answer B is the right answer. Next, ninth question. Hormones are distributed in the body from their place of origin through. So obviously already we have discussed that hormones are always distributed to the target site from the production site through only through the blood. So option here A is the right answer, that is the blood. That is the blood. Now coming on to the next one, which of the following statements is true regarding hormones? Regarding hormone, sorry, 12th question, which of them is not a hormone? Coming on to this, from these it should not be a gastrin. Gastrin is produced in the stomach and it is also a hormone, enzymatic hormone which is produced in the gastric glands. Insulin, already you know, it is produced by the pancreas. Pancreas produces insulin. Pancreas, internal part, islet of Langerhans produces this insulin. So it is also a hormone. And secretin is a type of hormone produced in near to the duodenum, produced by the specific type of cells, and this is going to inhibit the gastric inhibitory peptidase or the digestive related hormones. But dextrin is a component which is a component of chemical substance glucose like. So dextrin is the a non-hormonal component. Now coming on to the next 15th question. The feedback mechanism is related to bile secretion is because of the food and the amount of the liver mean digestive juices. So bile secretion is concerned to the liver. It is not related to the feedback mechanism. Generally feedback mechanism is concerned to the neural system and endocrine system. In this neural system, HCl secretion is concerned to the digestive system. Digestive system. Herring-Bearer reflex is concerned to the abnormal undeviation of the lungs. So Herring-Bearer reflex is concerned to the lungs, and it is only the hormonal secretion. Hormones may be, already you know that hormones can be steroids, hormones can be amino acids, hormones can be peptide derivatives. So we can go with the answer only the all of these from the given options, only all of these, that is D option. Which of the following hormones is modified amino acid? Modified amino acid. Melanocyte stimulating hormone produced from the pituitary, estrogen, female hormone, prostaglandins, male sexual hormone supporting the semen. And in this, that should be a amino acid derivative. So here from the given options, you know that epinephrine or adrenaline is a type of hormone. So answer here for this question is epinephrine or adrenaline, which is a amino acid derivative. Next, coming on to the Next question, 128th question. The amino acid derivative among the following hormones is. So here we can see that when we segregate the hormones, we can segregate insulin, epinephrine, estradiol, testosterone, and glucagon. Insulin, estradiol, glucagon, and testosterone. Most in these three hormones are steroidal hormones. One hormone is the enzymatic hormone, and already we have discussed that the amino acid derivative is adrenaline or epinephrine. Epinephrine or adrenaline is an amino acid derivative. Next question. Which of the following hormones is a steroid? Steroid means generally male and female sexual hormones are a steroidal hormones. Thyroxine is a iodine hormone, and epinephrine is a amino acid derivative. And go to the next question, 22nd question. In this, which of the following hormones is a steroidal hormone? Okay, you are seeing the four hormones. Estrogen, it can be a steroidal hormone, already we have discussed. Thyroxine is an iodine component containing hormone, and epinephrine is an amino acid derivative. Prostaglandin is a supporting hormone. Female sexual hormone estrogen is a steroidal hormone along with the testosterone. Next, going on to the 28th question, pheromones. Going on to the 28th question, pheromones. Pheromones are basically, so pheromone, or we generally we listen about the pheromones. Pheromones are a female sexual hormones which are generally used in the insects for attracting the males for copulation point of view. So here these can be used as a pest repellents, but basically pheromones are insect hormones, that is, and plant hormones, auxins, gibberellins, ethylene, and other hormones. But here pheromones we are coming, these are the insect hormones which are generally used in the insects for attracting the insects. So here these are the insect hormones. Next, bombycol or guide plure is a, so this bombycol, Bombyx mori, you might be knowing about the Bombyx mori. Bombyx mori means nothing but the Bombyx mori is nothing but a moth, silk moth, and guile pure. So these are not the drugs. Antibiotics means generally we can see amproxen, ciprofloxacin, uh, terramycin, tetracycline, and so on. So these hormones we have listened that pituitary hormone, corticotropin, and so on. So here this may and is generally a pheromone. So from by seeing the upper question we can go only with the answer pheromone, but generally they won't ask this type of, they can ask. So here if you know the technical name, we can easily identify that this is the hormone produced by the different glands. Next, 37th question. Which of the following is not a secondary messenger in action? When you see onto the secondary messengers, we can see that when there is uh, when there is one more, when the action of hormonal action, when there is attraction through the when there is a membrane, when there is a receptor present on the membrane and it converts, it gives the secondary signal, then uh, they are called as secondary messengers. So in the case of our textbook, we have seen related to the estrogen hormone, and generally you can also see that so here from the identification, what hormones are generally the secondary hormones. So cyclic GMP, secondary messenger is through the cytoplasm, and here CAMP is a secondary messenger. CGMP is also a secondary messenger. Calcium also triggers, and it also can act sometimes as a secondary messenger, but sodium is generally a electrolyte which maintains the electrolytic balance in the body. So answer for this question is sodium. Next, 39th question, which is not involved as a secondary messenger in calcium mediated hormone. IP3 is a secondary messenger. AP is also CAMP is also a secondary messenger, and from our knowledge we know that Dolly's GABA is also a secondary messenger. Phospholipase, that is, which is generally not involved in the secondary messenger control of CA2, is phospholipase. So that is in the muscle contraction. So answer for this particular question is phospholipase. 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 Next, coming on to the 44 question. According to the accepted concept of hormonal action, if receptor molecules are removed from the target organs, then the target organ will. What happens to the target organ when target receptors are removed from the target organ? Try to find out the answer for this question, please. So already we have discussed that if any target organ with the target receptors are removed, they may not respond, or they are remain unfunctional or non-functional. So answer for this question from the given question, continue to respond to the hormone but in opposite way. That is wrong. There will be no action. Continue to respond to the hormone without any difference. Obviously, because of the secondary messenger mechanism and the primary messenger mechanism, we have discussed that there will be a different response. Continue to respond. So whenever there is a whenever the receptors are removed, they will not be uh, they will be affected. So answer, they do not respond to that hormone. As a result, you can see that that will be non-functional. Next, 47th question. 47th question. Which of the following endocrine gland is not paired? So gonads 2, parathyroid 4, that is 2 pairs, adrenal 2 on each, 1 on each kidney 2. So here only pituitary gland is only 1 and it is small P-shaped structure. So answer for this question is pituitary, A option. Next, chromophil cells are found in So chromophil cells, this is a specific characteristic feature we see in testis, seminiferous tubules, in the thymus gland, follicular cells, adrenal cells. So chromophil cells, possibly they are present in the anterior pituitary. Here obviously they are present in the adenohypophysis or anterior pituitary. So D option. D option. Next, ACTH. ACTH, also known as adenocorticotropin regulating hormone, produced by the pituitary, and it acts on the adrenal gland. So, one question, ACTH is obviously acts on the adrenal gland but produced by the pituitary. In that hormone, we have seen that generally the hormones produced by the pituitary gland are under the control of hypothalamus are growth hormone, growth hormone, adrenocorticotropin, prolactin, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, APTFL. So these are the hormones produced by the anterior pituitary. M. This is produced by the anterior pituitary, that is melanocyte stimulating hormone, which is pars intermedia, and the last two hormones, that is oxy, oxytocin and vasopressin. These two are produced by the neurohypophysis, are produced by the hypothalamus but activated in the posterior pituitary. So here the answer is ACTH is produced by the pituitary gland only. If it is given specifically, uh, pars intermedia part of the new adenohypophysis. Right. Next, 64th question. 64th question. If the pituitary gland of an adult rat is surgically removed, which of the following endocrine gland will be affected? Which of the following endocrine gland will be affected? Thyroid gland. So rats, they have the gonads, and most of the part that will be affected because in controlling the urine will be less affected. Obviously thyroid, growth hormone, so it will be affected. Gonads, it will be also affected. Adrenal cortex, it will be also affected. Adrenal medulla, because rat is going to produce of waste material, or it is ureotelic. So your adrenal medulla will be generally less affected, will be less affected. So answer for this question is adrenal medulla. All other parts are affected, but generally mostly the adrenal medulla is less affected. Next. Which one of the following pituitary hormones does not have a target organ to act upon? Target act on organ to act upon. So here we can see that thyrotrophin, which acts on the thyroid gland, somatotropin, which is also a growth regulating hormone, gonadotropin, going to act on the gonads, and adrenocorticotropin. So here from the given question, 78th question, which of the following is going to be adversely affected? When you see onto this, here somatotropic hormone has no specific target. Somatotropic hormone has no specific target tissue. It acts on the hard and soft tissues promoting the growth. So the somatostatin is generally, it acts on the bones. Growth hormone acts on this, but the stomatotropin means growth hormone. It acts on the bones, no specific target tissues. Stomatostatin, growth inhibiting hormone. It is also not having any specific target sites. Next, 71, 71 question. Match, we'll call list 1 with the list 2. Match list 1 with the list 2. Somatotropin, oxytocin, thyroxine, vitamin D. So vitamin D, already you know that it is going to form the bone related diseases, so it is rickets. So your vitamin D is right. So D is 3 only at one position. So probably the option can be right, but we'll check whether others also. Somatotropin is concerned to the, if excess is produced, it leads to gigantism. So A is 4, that is gigantism. And B, oxytocin is produced in the posterior, that is neurohypophysis. So B option is only right option. Here B option is only the right option, because already you know D is 3 and A is 4. So we can save the time by using this technique to. And next, midgets. Midgets means here dwarfism or small person. Midget mean small person, small person. So here midgets, small person, is because of the less secretion of pituitary. Already we know that adrenal gland, others, cancers, thyroid gland, goiter, pancreas, insulin or diabetes related problems. But midgets, you can see that it is because of the less production of pituitary, that is B answer. Next, 75 question. 75 question. Hyposecretion. Hyposecretion means less secretion. Less secretion of growth hormone in adult stage causes. So obviously hyposecretion means less. So obviously you can go with the answer dwarfism. Dwarfism means it is in the general, at the from the birth to the growth stage. Gigantism means over height. Disease is concerned to the thyroid gland. So hyposecretion of growth hormone during the adult stage leads to the Siemens, because it was discovered by the Siemens. So oversecretion, that is acromegaly. We have discussed about acromegaly, but hyposecretion of growth hormone in the adult stages leads to the Siemens disease, that is. Next, Acromegaly is due to the hyposecretion of just now we have discussed that acromegaly is due to the hypersecretion of or more secretion of. So acromegaly is a condition which is also called as the devil's disease, because when a person pituitary gland is affected in the adult stage after the growth is completely done, is going to affect this. And the acromegaly is due to the hypersecretion of growth hormone. Growth hormone. Next question, 81st question. FSH and LH are collectively known as. Already you know that FSH and LH. FSH and LH are, FSH and LH are generally known as gonadotropins, because they are going to regulate the reproductive cycles. So your gonadotropic hormone. So anti-stress hormone is norepinephrine. But here the answer for this is D, that is gonadotropic hormone. Next question, follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. FSH is secreted by follicle stimulating hormone. Obviously, already we have discussed that is secreted by the anterior pituitary or adenohypophysis. So here it is going to be secreted by the anterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary. Next, 91st question, which is the most important question. Identify from the following a hormone produced by the pituitary gland in both males and females but functional only in females. So male does not have the mammary glands or non-functional mammary glands, and other hormones are produced in both. And it is generally females can only feed their young ones by mammary glands. So obviously prolactin is the only hormone which is responsible for the which is produced in both but which is functional in females is only prolactin. Is only prolactin. Next, milk secretion in mammals is promoted by milk secretion. Obviously, you know that it is the hormone, other hormone, only the prolactin. Prolactin. Next, mammalian prolactin is secreted by. So, mammalian prolactin is secreted by. Already you know that is produced by the adenohypophysis or anterior pituitary. So already we have discussed the answer. So answer can be adenohypophysis, D option. Next, MSH is secreted by. MSH already we have discussed that. So please remember that anterior pituitary growth hormone, adenocorticotropin, prolactin, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone. So these are along with these, the pars intermedia will going to pars this the second part of this, that is pars intermedia, is going to produce MSH, GAPT, FLM, or this is the GAPT. FLM is adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis, oxytocin and vasopressin. Vasopressin also called as, it is going to combine with the adrenal glands secretion and it forms the ADH, antidiuretic hormone. The other name of vasopressin is also called as antidiuretic hormone, ADH hormone. So remember these questions. And MSH already we have discussed that it is produced by the pars intermedia of adenohypophysis. So we'll stop for this day. Thank you. Have a great day.